Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of our lunchtime live streams. I'm John Bobrow, the creator of Blinks, and today we've got another special live stream. Let me go ahead and switch to here. We've got joining us game designer and returning game designer, Keir Williams. So, Keir, good to see you.
Hello.
Um, Before we get started, today we're going to be walking through one of the new games that's going to be part of the Epic Adventure expansion, which is coming up on October 20th. So if you haven't marked your calendars, be sure to. Before I get into Keir's game, Ghost Hunters, I just wanted to give a quick overview of Blinks, and if this is your first time joining us, share with you just how Blinks work, and I'll actually use that opportunity to get them set up with the Ghost Hunters game so we can hop right into it when we get to it. So let me just do a quick overview. So these are Blinks. Blinks come like this. They're the world's first smart tabletop game system, and each game comes on a single game piece, a little intelligent game tile. And they look like this, and they illuminate in all sorts of different ways and animate, and they have the ability to teach each other how to play different games. And so I'll show what that looks like as I load them up. So I'm going to turn on my Blinks, and I'm going to pull out the first 12 games, and then we'll introduce Keir's game as well. So let's see. Some of the returning viewers can figure out which games we were playing before loading up this game. And so when I want to play Ghost Hunters, I hold it down, and it goes into program mode. When I introduce it to the group, it finds every other Blink, and it's going to teach them how to play that game. And so all of the games on Blinks vary really widely for gameplay. Some of them are multiplayer, some are solo player, and so I'm gonna switch back over, and it's probably a good time to let's talk about your game. So Keir, this is not your first time on the live stream,
Right.
And I believe this is not the first time that this game, in some shape or form, has been on the live stream.
Yeah, right. I saw you guys playing it a while ago, you and Jamie. And that was months ago at this point, I guess. There's been a lot of stuff going into it since then.
So after that live stream, I mean, and we were at the time, we were like just poking through the forum and picking games and going like, oh, let's try this one out, or let's, and I'm not sure, maybe it was posted as like Haunted Mansion or
I think at the time it was probably called something along the lines of Ghost Schools and Goblins, something like that.
And so we loaded it up and played, and Jamie wouldn't stop talking about it. We were, like she'd be on the phone talking to friends, and she'd be like, you know how John's been working on this Blinks thing for a really long time, and like they've got a lot of good games out, but like, oh my God, you've got to see the new games that are being created. And it was like right after we had played that she was just like, oh, load up that one. We gotta play that one. So I figure this is kind of a fun opportunity to, like, maybe I should let you tell everybody what Ghost Hunters is, and then we can talk about kind of the background and how it's evolved over the past few months.
Cool, yeah. So Ghost Hunters is it's a cooperative action arcade shooter at its core. That is like pretty much the way the game was designed, the way it was thought of. I wanted something on Blinks because the Blinks talk to each other, so I wanted to make a game where the people talk to each other to play the game on the Blinks. Just to bring the full co-op feel to the Blinks library. Because there's some other games that can be co-op, but this one is like, it's just built to only be co-op. It's, as you'll see when you start playing a single player, it's pretty difficult without someone there to help you. So Ghost Hunters, so that's what the mechanically it is. Story-wise, what it is You and your friend enter a haunted mansion with the goal of progressing through all 6 of its floors and surviving through all 6 of its floors together. To clear the mansion of all the ghosts. And to do that, you are given these special tools, these Geist lights, as I currently call them. And the Geist lights are just strong enough to kill different types of ghosts before they fully materialize on this plane. So you'll see the ghosts slowly start to materialize. And if you get the right ghost with the right color of Geist light in time, it will disappear. But if they're able to fully materialize, it's too late, and you lose.
Okay. So, this is rad. So, like, I remember the first time I read the instructions, and, like, the idea that you stumble upon this mysterious flashlight or Geist light.
Yep.
The experience, like, it really just held up. So I kind of want to show people, I think, how about I switch cameras so I can show the overhead view, and then you can walk me through the setup process. You told me this is not a single player game.
No, not at all.
and so I'm going to do my best to play this game single-handedly. But everybody has warned me at this point. The previous version, I felt like I could kind of, I could handle.
I expect that level 1 you'll be able to handle. Level 2 you could theoretically handle. Once it gets to the level 3 things, you actually need 2 players to kill the goblins who will start showing up. You need 2 different weapons at the same time to defeat them.
Okay. So here, let me go ahead and I'm just going to switch to our overhead view. And just to note, Keir's going to have a slight delay on being able to see this. So we should be good, but I'll describe what I'm setting up. So even though I had 13 blinks here, I had my initial games and then Ghost Hunter, you said that I should get 8 blinks if I'm going to play alone.
Yeah, I would recommend using, total of 8, is it? Yeah, because you want 1 in the center, completely surrounded with a ring, and then you want 1 separate from that for your Geist light.
Okay. And so you mentioned that there are 6 different floors, and if I recall, every time I tap a blink, it changes the mansion from level to level. It's like I'm going up a level in the mansion.
Exactly. So as once it's loaded up onto the screen, a player will see just blank faces with most likely a single face lit up white. As you single click, it will progress 1, 2, 3, and so on up to 6, and then it will cycle back to 1. And so currently the way it would be played with single player, it's a little different, but for 2 players, each person would pick a blink. It's pretty obvious which one you would pick here. You put your finger on it, and to start the game, all you have to do is double click a blink. It will turn into a Geist light, and each person removes it from the thing, and the game is on.
Okay. And so, all right. So in this case, so I have this Geist light, and okay, I think I've lost already.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll talk about the gameplay, but I'm just like already mesmerized by how beautiful the game's looks. It just, yeah. Have you, like, I wish everybody could see exactly how it looks in front of me. But
it's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of little subtle things that it's doing.
Yeah. So maybe tell me a little bit about that. So so I can start over by...
So the way you would start over is you would triple click any piece of the board, not the Geist light. And now you're back at your floor selection phase.
Got it.
And you can cycle through and
Okay. So if I make a Geist light, cool.
Ooh, uh-oh.
So I just heard you say, uh-oh. So I'm seeing some white ghosts appear, but my Geist light is red.
Yeah, so you single click to switch through, to cycle through the different Geist lights.
Got
The
it.
reason I'm saying uh-oh actually is because I just spotted a bug that I've been trying to fix for a while.
That's it's always good to see them, and yeah. Uh, in this case, I guess it. Now I'm so curious, but we can meet after. I know that one of the things that's a fun part of this process is, until we're actually printing the games, it's just play test and iterate and bug squash. So.
Yep. A lot of bug squash.
Let's see. So I'm going to switch to the overhead view so I can actually try and play around. So I'm going to triple click in. So I've got, I'm going to start on level 1 because that seems tough enough. All right. And then I can switch between the types of tools or dice. Oh, I see. And so they're counting up.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Whoa. This is fierce. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got this. I think I totally got this.
I think you can handle it.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
So if you survive for a minute, you've cleared the floor, and you'll see a wind screen that is like yellow.
Wow, and I'm seeing the light is also reflecting. Whoa.
Yeah, so that reflecting thing is the bug.
Oh.
Currently. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I don't know if you can see that.
There you go.
I barely made it. I was totally about to lose, and 60 seconds must have hit, and I cleared the level.
Yep.
I'm kind of sweating, to be honest.
I'm glad. That's the point. it should be a thrilling, fast-paced game.
So the way you've designed this is really I should have one Geist light, and my partner in play here would have another, or I could be playing with lots of people.
Yep.
And we could double up on the types of Geist light we're using.
Right. And so when you get to higher levels, there's actually other colors of Geist light. Currently, there are 3 different colors, which kill there's 4 different ghost types, and there are only 3 different Geist light types. So you can play with 3-player and everyone picks one. You can play with 2-player and you each have to kind of really talk to each other and make sure someone's getting red while someone else is getting white, and so on and so forth.
Got it. And there's also, if I'm not mistaken, there's one only there. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm gonna say ghosts, but it's probably not ghosts. That you can only kill with multiple Geist lights. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So the green in the old game, I'm not sure what they're called right now, but in the old game they were called goblins. They were green, and the only way to kill them is if one person was hitting them with a red or the laser, and the other person was hitting them with the flashlight. And only when they were being hit with both at the same time would they disappear.
Awesome. It reminds me of, I feel like we might have talked about this before, but one of my favorite cooperative digital games is called Space Team. And
I have played it.
You haven't played Space Team?
No, I don't think so.
So anybody watching, and Keir, you should do it after our stream, you should download Space Team. It's an indie game designed for iOS, and I think it's on Android as well. And it's a local multiplayer game, and you have to communicate which of the controls you need to hit as you're all flying on the spaceship, and the space mission is maybe 60 seconds, maybe 45, but it feels so much like this. But I think the thing I liked so much about when Jamie and I played is like, it's like high-speed Twister. You're trying to get to the right place and use the right tool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I found that, so I've been playtesting it with my family a lot, and I found that something I really enjoy about it is that it's the different arrangements of the board that are possible are really fun, and they really change gameplay. And also, you can kind of control how difficult you want it to be, and how many players you want it to be based on the amount of blinks that you add. Like I played with, I guess 18 blinks, no 20 blinks, I think it was, with 4 players, and it was difficult. It was I don't think we were able to clear all of the floors.
I like that it scales in difficulty and complexity with more blinks, but I also like that the weapons travel so far that it doesn't make it where, like in Mortals, if you played Mortals with like 30 blinks, you'd just be like, oh man, the zombies are everywhere.
Yeah.
But it feels like in Ghost Hunters, it's still manageable.
Right. Yeah.
What are some things that like somebody watching that you'd want them to know about the game that like may not be right on the surface?
That's a good question. I mean, my favorite thing about the game it's right on the surface, but it also is a little strange underneath the hood, is the laser mechanic. The way it travels through the blinks. It's so much fun. It looks really cool, and if you attach it to the piece and it changes, like if you change colors while it's attached to the board, it's so much fun to watch it like slowly travel through, which was pretty much the reason that I made the game, was because I made a laser mechanic. I said, all right, well now what can I do with this? So under the hood, it's doing a few weird things that I haven't seen other Blinks games do.
Yeah, and
if you really want to look at the laser mechanic, by the way, if you put everything into a straight line and then you start it from the end, nothing will spawn within the laser, so you can just look at the pretty laser animations. And if you start it on level 2, you'll get all 3 colors.
Cool. So I'm going to start it on level 2. 1, 2, and then double click.
Yep.
Okay, so there's our laser.
Yeah.
If I change it,
that's the Geist gun,
and our flashlight.
Yep.
Or is it Geist light? Is it Geist laser, Geist light, and Geist gun?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, the names aren't settled in my head yet. I can't decide.
Well,
the animations for this one are really fun, but they're kind of hard to see on the video. I can see.
Oh, let me see if I can get that a little bit better. Okay, so you can see the difference between a flashlight and a laser.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That pretty much shows up. That's close.
Yeah, and there's this real nice kind of electrified.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of plasma gun.
Yeah. Oh, rad. And I beat the level because I was able to do that for 60 seconds.
Yep. It's one of those things in the game that is kind of weird.
I don't imagine. I feel like there are. I'm trying to think of other games that have the ability to kind of like set up in a.
Just kind of cheese it.
I think Speed Racer, for example, you can set it up in a loop and just watch your car go as fast as it could possibly go.
Right.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
How about some background on Ghost Hunters? So, what are some of the things? I mean, it's clearly evolved a lot since I've last played it. It's more difficult. The animations are like night and day from where they were. Right. And they just, there's just it just feels really polished. I mean, you said that the bouncing laser is a bug, but I'm looking at it and I'm just like, it's kind of cool. Like it reminds me of those like mirror laser games.
That is actually, so this game had a lot of branches in the beginning, which aren't actually on the GitHub where I'm storing it, but it started off, the last time I was on this stream, I talked about wanting to make a co-op game like Magic Maze.
That's right.
And so this is the code for this started off being code for Magic Maze, which then morphed into this, which then morphed into, like you just said, a laser game. I don't know if you've heard of the board game Ket with the mirrors and laser pointers. Yep. I have a version of that for Blinks that I haven't posted anywhere. That it's just like a 1v1 turn-based battle game where you bounce lasers around the board to try and hit each other.
That's well. I'll try and convince you by the end of the stream to upload it to the forum.
Yeah, there you go. When
Yep.
it's done.
You'll have playtesters quickly.
Exactly.
From the comments, Jonas is saying he really wants Magic Maze to happen on Blinks. So
Yeah, I have a version of it that it doesn't quite feel right yet. But I am working on one that I think will work out in the end. I'm sure.
And is Ghost Hunters open source?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
And so if you're watching and curious, you don't need to know anything about programming to play with Blinks. All these games just ship in her. What would you say? You could probably get up and running in Ghost Hunters in about 60 seconds?
Yeah, definitely.
But if you are interested, all of the games that we're shipping so far, all of the game designers have continued with kind of the pattern we set at Move 38, which is open sourcing the games so that you could make your own version or modify it and learn from people who are making really great games like Ghost Hunters. Yeah, I feel like, I feel like one of the neat things also internally is that Move 38 is learning from game designers who've come to the platform and are doing things we never expected to see. What are you most excited about? I mean, this is a game. Like, what are you most excited about for people to experience while playing this? I think, I've had a chance to play this game because I pulled it off the forum probably a few months ago, and we've broken it out.
Right.
Yeah. What excites you most about this? I mean, we're really excited to be publishing it. So.
I think my favorite thing, as it currently stands with the game, is the difficulty and the level changing. Because what I found with what I've seen with like the other Blinks games that I've played, it doesn't seem like there's a thing where you can pick difficulty, where you can like progress through levels and let's play something a little slower to warm up, and then now we can up the difficulty. And actually, on most of the levels, change the gameplay entirely because different mob types or ghost types will spawn. I really like that, and the difficulty. Like as I said before, I was talking before the stream that I've been playing a lot of Cuphead recently. Incredible game, and the difficulty, the boss fight grind difficulty of it, is just really exciting. And so I like the idea that hopefully once this game is fully balanced, it will take you a while to be able to confidently play levels like 4, 5, and 6. I think that's the thing that excites me most, to see if I can hit that mark of difficulty.
And I think Blinks players are really excited about this too. I feel like one of the, from the initial 12 shipping games, there was, there's a couple strategy games in there. To your point, Puzzle 101 is a game that is real easy to play with people or by yourself, but you may get a really hard puzzle or you might get a really easy puzzle and you just don't know. And I feel like it's been a common request is like, what's a game on Blinks that I can really sink into and like work on my skill set to over time just keep improving. And like, I know Ishmael has like, I think he claims that he's the best Wham player in the world. It's like, yeah, there are different arrangements. You can definitely increase on technique, but I feel like I love that Cuphead is an inspiration for like making people just want to beat their head against this until they get it.
Yeah.
My most recent game like that was Celeste. I'm not sure if you've played.
Celeste is great. I just finished Hollow Knight recently in the same vein of platformer.
I feel like it's really cool. I feel like it also has I feel like Ghost Hunters it's unlike any board game you could ever play, and it has like, but it takes so much from, I think, a lot of video games that I really like. So I think that's really really neat. And then I also just love the theming behind it. What how like
Yeah, so the theming was fun. I originally I work on so many Blinks games. I have so many little things that I'm trying to tweak. So there was a different game I was working on that was also meant to be co-op, and I thought it'd just be fun to have someone having different roles within the game. And that became a game about catching ghosts. So one person had to double click the blink, the other person had to grab it and move it in a certain amount of time. And so from that, I just took it from that pretty much. And I thought, what's the most laser ghost fighting, type of thing that I can build with this? And also, yeah, shooting a laser at ghosts is kind of a theme that we've seen in mainstream media for a while. So yeah, it wasn't a hard leap to get there.
For the how-to video, we're gonna have to get some ectoplasm and
Yep.
some jumpsuits.
Exactly. And the name of it, it used to be called Ghosts. At first, it was just called Ghosts and Ghouls because there were just those red and white. And then it became Ghosts, Ghouls, and Goblins. And then it became Ghosts, Ghouls, Goblins, and Poltergeists. And I kept just adding to the name in my file of every new mob type that I added to the game. And then it went back to, because I put Heist out, you guys published Heist, I thought it'd be fun to just call the game Geist, just because it sounds similar to Heist. Yeah, but then I went to Ghost Hunters because that just makes more sense.
That's pretty cool. And also, it's a good point to give a shout out to that. I believe in August we shipped our 2020 Summer Games, of which here we published Heist, which is, if you're watching and you got your 2020 Summer Games, a number of people have their 2020 Summer Games and they're awaiting the shipment in October of their core, combo, and community set games. Yeah, I love that you're a return game designer, and I feel like yeah, we're really excited to just be able to be in a place of being able to release regularly new games and just have, yeah, I love the thought of people being like, oh yeah, that's a Keir Williams game. You can tell. You can see because it rhymes with iced.
Yeah, exactly. All of my games. Heist, Geist. I got nothing else after that.
I was gonna say you chose a tough starting
spot. It's not an easy one.
I should also throw out, so we'll wrap in just a couple minutes, but in case anybody watching has any questions about Ghost Hunters, feel free to get them in now. And let's see. I think I just want to load up before I do this. I'm gonna load up on some more blinks. I'm gonna put it on 13. Of course, there's no limit to how many you could do here. But I think it's just pretty neat for people to see as the mansion gets bigger, just how insane this gets. So,
yeah, and this is just level 1 that you're playing as well.
Is it worth me loading up another level?
It could be fun to load level 6 just to see all the different colors and all the madness happen. Oh, actually, level 6 might be broken currently because there's another mechanic that I've added to level 6.
Okay.
So actually, level 4 would work.
Cool. So I just loaded up level 4. Okay, here we go. And then, okay.
The issue is you won't be able to defeat green ones if they spawn.
So if I'm playing two-handed though.
Yes, you
Okay.
That's how I play test this game, and it's a nightmare.
Okay, here we go. I'm feeling. Oh wow. Oh, I see. Oh, cool. Okay, there's no way I'm beating it, but I totally see what I gotta do.
Yep.
Well, it looks beautiful. It's crazy difficult. I'm really excited to get Jamie in on the latest version and play. and I'm really excited to be getting these out there, and hopefully, of course, we're going to be launching these via Kickstarter. So the only way for us to bring these to life is to reach our goal as quickly as possible. So this is a good reminder that if you haven't subscribed to Move 38, now's the perfect time. Mark your calendars for October 20th. And before we wrap, I'm going to do the giveaway. So a quick shout out to all our wonderful entrants from the giveaway. Of course, if you're looking for how to enter into the giveaway, all you need to do is share our social media posts and tag friends. For every friend you tag, you get an extra entry into the raffle. And I bring up my dice roller. Let's see. Okay, and a huge shout out, thanks to Ariel, Christina, Jonathan, Jonas, Devin, and everyone else who submitted. I'm gonna roll the dice. And Keir, do you want to do a drum roll with me? The dice rolled 3, oddly low, and that goes to our winner this week is Devin Bruno. Congratulations, Devin Bruno, Wizard Cardboard on Instagram. We'll be reaching out, and congratulations on winning your very own core set of blinks. So, Keir, thanks so much for joining today for the live stream. I'm really can't wait to be sharing all the gory details of